Hey guys, it's Shanda with the Bold Exploration Podcast. I'm so excited you're here this week. Hey guys, welcome to this mini bonus episode. After Pam and I's interview, we had just like a few minutes to talk, and I just continued to listen to her talk about the passion she has for spending time with her grandparents and how methodical she is and purposeful she is with her decisions and her conversations that she has with her grandkids. And they have some upcoming trips, and we were talking generally about some travel plans that they had made in the past, and it was just impactful conversation. And so I wanted to take a moment and share that with you guys so that you can see that as grandparents, the family unit really does extend to those extra generations, and multi-generational travel is powerful and impactful and will be so important for your children if they have an opportunity to travel with their grandparents or with their aunts and uncles, or to go see their cousins across the ocean. So enjoy this little mini episode with Pam, one of the people I love the most in this world.
Right.
It's nice. It's nice.
It is nice, and it's nice for me to be able to be with my grandkids. So I know it's nice for her to have the relationship with them. It fills those holes that when your kids grow up and leave home, you know, you're so invested in them, and you're at that investing in your kids stage. And that empty nester thing is a real thing. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, I have spent, 20, 25 years investing in my children, and they don't need me anymore. And in fact, that's a good thing. I did a good job. They don't need me anymore. But then you either throw yourself into your career, or you throw yourself into entertaining yourself, or, but it's nice when you can bring that piece back of loving on kids and you have grandkids, and it's kind of like, yes, I can read stories to them that I read to my kids. I can do games with them I did with their parents, and I can tell them all about it. When your dad was little, this is the story we read. And so it creates that generational sense of belonging, which is Maslow's third level of needs. You know, you have your basic physical needs and your safety needs. Well, the belonging needs, grandparents, we're all over that one. You know, you belong to this family. You belong up, you belong down, you belong sideways. You are rooted in a group of people who love you. And so when you get to do that as a grandparent, it's pretty cool, because you feel like you belong too.
I love it. So you have such a cool message, right? Because I see a lot as a travel advisor. I have a lot of people call me, and they're grandparents, and they'll be like, I want to take my grandkids on a vacation to Disney or on a cruise or whatever. And they don't know how to broach the subject with their kids. You know, they don't know what to say. Like, how do I sell them on this? And they have such a yearning, right? To take the whole family, build those memories. And they feel like they're intruding on everybody's life. And I always try to encourage them, like, families are busy. I think they're busier than they ever were.
I agree.
But it's, travel's really accessible, and you never get this time back. So just
no.
The worst thing you can hear is no. The worst thing you can hear is that, T-ball lasts until May. So we can't go anywhere until after this date. I just encourage them to get involved and don't worry about it. And it may take it 3 or 4 times before we find something that will work for you guys as a whole. Yeah. But I love it when it works out. I love it when it works out
too.
I love it when a family calls me, like a mom and dad and kids, and they book something. And then the next day, the mom will call me and be like, my parents want to go. And I'm like, I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm going to find you that booking. We're going to get them on that cruise ship. We're going to get them at Disney. And then we redo everything to make it happen for them. So it's a beautiful thing.
It's nice to know that you do that, because we have, right before COVID, we were going to take everybody on a cruise. But it was sort of like, we went on one, just Gary and I did, because we'd never been on one, to just kind of feel it out, see what it was like. We did one of those last minute go. And then kind of COVID hit, and it was sort of like, oh, it wasn't a great idea. My son took his family on a cruise just a little bit ago, or probably almost a year ago, last spring break. And he said, do you guys want to come along? And at the time we said, no, that's just not going to work for us. And he said, yeah, it's just, we decided to go ahead and try to do it. But we are with that same family now doing a trip to Guam. And two of my grandkids actually came to me and said, we'd asked mom and dad if we could go with you to Guam. And they said, we had to ask you if it was okay. And they've never flown very far anywhere. I mean, we're talking across the oceans, across the world. And he said, we'll help with the ticket. And I said, well, the most I would expect you to chip in is $100, but I think you should chip in $100 so that you're vested in this. And Hallie said, when are we going to go? And I said, we're going to go the end of the last 2 weeks of June. And she said, let me check my schedule. And then she said, oh, this is more important than that horse show. And I said, I wish we could accommodate both, but you're right. This is a once in a lifetime trip, and you've been in horse shows, and this won't be your last horse show. So she said, yeah, I started to think about it. It really is way more important that I see my cousins because they're in Guam, and they had seen them right before they left, but she's really close to those three. And she just goes, it's really important that I see them. And so it was nice for her to realize there was going to be a conflict, but that she chose family over her horse show.
Oh, yeah.
I felt good about that.
Yes. Yeah. And you should really.
So, yeah.
I mean, that's putting relationships in front of achievement, which I love. Right.
Well, and because relationships last. You know, relationships with these cousins will last.
We'll be back Tuesday with our regularly scheduled programming. Don't forget, though, leave a review, reach out to us on social medias. Let us know what you think about our episodes. Let us know about something that you want us to talk about on the Bold Exploration podcast. And you'll be entered to win either the World Schoolers book or the Kendra Scott necklace. And I'm excited to hear what you